works to build the uh, bridge between the industry, particularly employer market, and ICMAB, also with our members and the students, so that a bridge can be built between the industry and our members and the students for smoother career opportunity, as well as it also helps the members capacity building in terms of the career development and the management perspectives. So as part of that initiatives, today's program is to prepare the CV for the CFO position. As we all know that there are different stages of the career life cycle. One of the very important career position of the career life cycle is that the aspiring CFOs needs to prepare the CV with articulating information in the right way. So today's resource person, Mr. Julfikar Hussain, is a very seasoned and senior professionals in this domain, is also CEO and the lead consultant of the Grow and Excel, will present the keynote paper and also give you the question answer, like to give the response in the question answer sessions. So in this respect, now may I request our respected president to give the opening remark for starting the program.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mamun. Am I audible? I hope I am
Yes, sir,
audible.
you are audible, sir. You are audible.
Okay, thank you very much. So, actually, this particular session, this is apparently might hear that CB writing for CFO position. So, what actually it is? Generally, we used to write CB from the very first job after getting or leaving school or universities. But this particular topic itself carries some importance. This is though we meant CFO, but this also have otherwise broader meaning like implication in terms of attracting the employer. CB is the first interface between a prospective employee and the employer. So in today's world, it carries significant value in terms of creating first impression, in terms of getting selected while actually scrutinizing lots of CVs for a position or a few positions. So in many count, CB actually carries significant value in terms of presenting first impressions, getting selected for interview. And with the days passes, this particular simple thing once in our days we used to made it typed at Nilkhet by a typist. So my first CB was actually even line and spaces, even alignment was not very correct. I applied with that one in British American Tobacco, the then Bangladesh Tobacco Company, BTC. I have a copy of that CB still with me, but that alignment and everything and typing word size also from top to bottom was not the same. So it was around 34, 35 years back. But with time passes, so many things got revolutionized, standardized, and also in the world of hyper competitive situation, while getting attention is very, very critical. So CB itself is a very critical document for anybody of us in terms of managing our career. So today we shall hear from our very learned resource person, Dr. Mamun, has introduced Zulfikar Hossain Bhai. He is a very long standing associate and long standing oil wisher of our profession. For your knowledge, many of our members got very well placed in corporates in various job through his very esteemed farm, grow, and excel. He has actually done significant job in terms of HR development in the country. He has huge contribution as a pioneer enterprise in this soft skill development entity. And Chulpikar Bhai is also very keen in terms of learning new knowledge, gaining new skills. He is an avid learner. I and also we have full respect for him. So I think today's this particular session, very brief session, would be very useful for our all participant who actually has taken out time from your weekend evening. This I also congratulate you for your patience and separating out time for this particular learning. Many of you might thought or think that CB writing it is very simple thing. So should I have formal session on this particular thing? Actually, in practical world, in real life situation, very small things make very big difference. So attention to very critical thing, attention to very small thing actually make the big difference. So I personally think this topic selected by Dr. Mamun and also very competent resource person is a very timely initiative from our placement cell. This is the first initiative. Similar series would come on very uh, much other useful topic. So I hope our all members and all participants today will be very much benefited from this. CB is a marketing tool, selling tool, branding tool, and also it can be presented in many way. So it has to be as a professional accountant, our CBs should reflect esteemed professionalism so that people actually create a first impression that actually carry and long last and ultimately one get on board and also manage a good career. So without making it further long, I would appreciate uh, the session from our respected Julpikar Bhai. And also I congratulate and thank you all participants for making the time and joining. And of course, thanks goes to our placement cell for arranging this very timely session for our members. In a matter of series, it has just started. I hope similar series of program would be coming in near future. Thank you very much once again. Again, my sincere gratitude to Julfikar Bhai from my core of heart. Thank you, Julfikar Bhai, for making time for us today. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, respected President, for your speech to set the tone of this program and also leading from front to organize the program so that we can add value to the members and students' career. So this is the high time to listen from our today's resource person, and he himself is redefine the career management issue in the Bangladesh industry. He's a very passionate human resource expert as well as like industry personalities. So may I welcome Mr. Julfikar Hussain for deliver his speech. After the keynote paper, we will go for the question answer session. If you have any question, then you please raise your hand. We may conduct another 20-30 minutes of the question answer sessions. Thank you very much. Let's welcome to Mr. Julfikar Hussain.
থ্যাংক ইউ মামুন ভাই। আমি এটা শেয়ার দিচ্ছি আগে, আমি দেখি আগে শেয়ারটা আসে কিনা। অ্যাডমিন একটু কি দেখবেন স্ক্রিন শেয়ারটা হয় কিনা। আসছে, হ্যাঁ। আহ, দেখা যাচ্ছে স্ক্রিনটা?
এখনো আমার এখানে দেখা যাচ্ছে না।
স্যার শেয়ার হয়নি এখনো।
এর হয় না, তাই না?
না।
তাহলে আরেকবার ডি। আসছে এবার?
স্যার জি স্যার আসছে, এবার
জি
আসছে স্যার।
জি
হ্যাঁ,
জি জি,
থ্যাংক ইউ।
সরি, সময় চলে গেল। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ. Firstly, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the ICMAB councils, especially my respected President, Muhammad Kausar Alam, for his introduction, and also Dr. Syed A. Mamun for organizing this event. What I will do, I will focus first about the context. Basically, CV writing is fine, but basically we have to build our own CV and how we build our own CV. And then we need to understand some of those context change last couple of years and also the prediction for 2030. Some of the global leading firms like PwC, KPMG, they mentioned how CFO position will be evolved. Also ACCA, they have also come up some good papers. So I'll focus some of the capabilities, skills, and technology changes are taking place next 5 to 6 years. And based on those, we need to really see what are the things we have and how we will foster the learning culture within us to build our resume best in class. Okay, so that is the first thing I'll do. And before I move, I will talk 1 minute about our organization. We started our journey 2008, and our aim is to honestly to look the Bangladesh talent capabilities for the national and global level. And we helped most of the MNCs in this country since our inceptions, 200 plus organizations we work very closely. And our services includes executive search, HR consulting, learning capability development, career transition and outplacement, and also recruitment process outsourcing. So our defined strength areas are our talent capabilities, talent management capabilities, and resourcing. Okay, so we are very comfortable when you work with ICMAB or ACCA or other institutes to initiate this kind of discussion, because my career juncture, first few years I spent also with accounting environment. Okay, I'll tell that thing later. So let's continue the discussions. So firstly, I'll talk about the evolving role of CFO in today's business context. The CFO role has dramatically changed uh, over the years, and also next 5 to 6 years, this role will reach towards new dimensions. Some of the predictions, and I will share PwC, what they say CFO becoming CPO, Chief Performance Officer. So it's not only accounting function, it will manage the entire performance dimension of the organization. Okay, we have heard about the balance scorecard, we heard about a lot of metrics. So CFO needs to be acquainted with all those things. Finance as an orchestra of effective navigation. So this disruption world, so many things are happening, and finance should be really, really orchestrated towards that direction. CFO driving the sustainable business model agenda, reporting data revealed to stakeholders in real time. That is already there for many organizations, but this will be spreading next couple of years. Robotic scanning of all reports for fraud, misstatement, and capital shortfalls, shifting from trying to control risks to learning to manage uncertainty and enhancing resilience. And disruptive technology like a cloud-based ERP solutions. And third wave of technology, which basically harmonize the man and machine together. So what kind of future we are heading? We are heading some future where performance dimensions will be different. Sustainability will be core area, and machine and man will work together. And there will be a lot of focus will be for cloud-based ERP and all these solutions. So technology-wise, process-wise, expectation-wise, standards are setting towards new dimension. That is by PwC. Okay. Next one I will share from ACCA is one of my favorite slides. 6 hypotheses for development of the role of the CFO. And one of the foremost thing is stakeholder focus. because CFO is not managing only the accounting role or treasury, largely predominantly focusing on stakeholder and investor management rather than safeguarding and reporting. And number two is strategy formulation. Today's CFO is basically co-pilot of the organization. So like if CEO is the pilot, CFO is the co-pilot. So CFO will have a greater role leading responsibility for business strategy formulation, validation, and execution to responsibility for its achievement. Growth optimization. So like how the organization will lead the growth. So needs to work a lot with the demand generation function like marketing, sale, the C-suite, CEO, and also the board at large. Okay. Wide view of performance. As I mentioned, CFO role has taken like a chief performance officer. So the role will encompass measurement of all aspects of the strategic objectives of the organization. So goal setting, objective, vision, mission, what are the multiple direction of the performance the CFO needs to look at. CFO as a person, the hypothesis says that will provide greatest value to the entire organization's forward insights. So forward looking. So insights will transform the organization for the next level. Okay. And career progression, there are two dimensions of there. Hypothesis, there are aspirant CFOs, like people who are working at entry-level functions or mid-level. They will be aspire for the CFO role. And another thing is current incumbent. So it is said that many current incumbent CFO also will continue the CFO role because it requires, when you move to CEO role, it requires diverse generalist knowledge, skill, capabilities. Many of them are not interested also for that role. But if you are really interested for CEO role, you need to also larger your horizon, expanding your job dimension. So that will be really move to your for next level of career progression. So there are 6 hypotheses by ACCA. Then this one is by also ACCA. Top skills to become CFO. I think leadership is a most important thing. Okay, and without leadership, we cannot move. What is leadership? Inspiring, engaging a group of people in achieving your common goal. And CFO, as I mentioned very clearly, that is like a co-pilot of the organization. So you need leadership also, strategic leadership or organizational leadership, whatever you say. Communication is a core skill. It requires for every professional in this world, and CFO also needs to focus communication. And we see Bangladesh perspective, many finance professionals, they struggle in terms of presentation, communication, and some of the interpersonal relationship managing as well. Network is the key. I believe that network is most important for us, and our network is our network, okay, as a professional. And we must believe it, we must practice it and nurture it. Agility like your speed, your responsiveness, your agility, how we manage the flexibility in a ever greater changes, things are happening. Forward thinking or forward looking thing that I also mentioned by other reports. Engagement capabilities, like you should not also motivate yourself, you should motivate a group of people, team, your top team members, and also your subordinates and entire organization also. Okay. And as I mentioned also the leadership, so basically team also is important. CFO another big role as a mentor, because people come for a lot of skill transfer capabilities, and CFO work with juniors and mid management, okay, mentoring them to create the next leadership pipeline. And soft skills is always important and will be important for more than transition analysis in the future, I can tell you. Okay, so these are the top soft skill by ACCA. And last slide I'll use before I go for building your resume. This is key competencies by KPMG, the modern CFO. They start anticipating market change. So CFO needs to understand like that disruption, like currently what happening, uncertainty everywhere in the world. And ultimately CFO will look at the bottom line and top line, how this thing will be taken care. So anticipating market change and how organization will be ready for that thing. Accelerating growth, that requires your work with the entire organization, marketing, sales, and other aspects. Board, activate the digital agenda. This is all very standard, we understand. Drive value, alternative business model. Okay, so if there are some consideration there for the organization, CFO must come with a new business model, economic value optimization, all this perspective. We think service delivery model. Okay, the finance, many functions are, we know that how we manage business partnering role. So redefining this role for the future. Modernization skills, upgrade talent is also common. I also refer from ACCA and other parts. And inspire trust. So CFO is a person, symbol of trust from stakeholders. Okay. Symbol of trust from stakeholders, your internal employees as well as external banking community and everywhere. So these are the key competency required for CFO. So we covered ACCA 2 reports, we covered KPMG 1 and also PwC. So that brings the context why CV is important. Kausar Alam Bhai mentioned very clearly that many nitty-gritty things we miss. Okay, so maybe those days gone. Now also there are a lot of competition. Your institutes are producing also good quality professional. ACC also producing. Some people are taking degree from outside world. Business graduates are coming. Chartered accountants are also producing. Also, so you have to fight for one particular role, critical role. And that's why your presentation, your level of information and disclosure will define your success in the future. So that is basically the context we set. Now, how to write CV for CFO position. Okay. So what I want to tell, Mr. Mamun also mentioned that how employers look this market. So the main purpose of any resume to grab the attention of employers. How you get the attention of employers. Number 2, to display the benefit you can offer, what you are bringing to the organizations, what additional value you can bring. So every CV needs to be customized, okay, to lead yourself for an interview. So you write CV not because of sending CV, you expect you will get a call. So there are 3 objectives for you to set before you think about how to write good CV. So grab attention, display the benefits you can offer, and to lead yourself for an interview. Okay. And next thing, if I comprise all this global research and also the modern trends, in my view, these are the few things employers expect from a finance professional CV. Number 1, strategic financial leadership is very critical. Strategic financial leadership. Number 2, business growth contribution. How we are contributing to the business. Because report writing, typical accounting, taxation, there are many people out there in the world. But here we're mentioning CFO. The role will value to the organization, to lead the organization to the next level of growth and excellence. Okay. So growth contribution. Number 3, strong decision-making ability. Whether you can take decisions. Okay. So how this decision-making ability you can show through your CV writing. Risk management expertise. Okay, so like a stock exchange and also some larger public limited company, risk management is critical. So for CFO, they have to try to understand what kind of exposures you have. And stakeholder and board level communication. Like some people are very good managing own domain and team, but although there is a company secretary, but board management is very critical, very important. Okay, board management. Last 2 years, I've been serving Chittagong Stock Exchange as an event director. So also now I understand the additional role of CFO every quarter, audit committee presentation, and CFO is coming through. So this is very important. Like, you know, you are very good in report writing or other things, but board management, when the questions are asking, so how you will respond, all those things are critical. So these exposures will allow you to perform in a dynamic way. At the same time, this kind of information should be captured in your resume. Okay. So based on some global practice, based on what employers expect, basically, I work closely with a good number of organizations. So they expect this kind of things. When I send resume, they say, okay, I need this couple of things or more than that, few things. So I just categorize few things, which is very common and unique. That will help you to understand how you will structure your CV. So now that comes to the professional CV writing. Okay. So there are many professional CV writers also in the market. But from my perspective, when you look at CVs, you should have these few areas. One is a professional identity. You must disclose very nicely. Career summary. So a couple of lines you have to write. So I'll show you how you will come up. Key skills, then work experience and accomplishments, training, special projects, if any, education, personal information, and references. Good news is one of your ICMAB member, I called him yesterday, and he gave permission me to show his resume. So I'll show you one of the CFO's resume today. Okay. So at the last, so that will help you what I'm saying and what are my slides saying and how he presented this year, because he becomes CFO at least 3 to 4 times in multinationals and other organizations. So that will help you to understand what a real life or real CV looks like. Okay. So these are the CV structures. Now come like a professional identity. Professional identity like your name, your contact details, your LinkedIn profile, your location, like your resident address. Okay. This information should be there. Your email, blah, 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 blah. Then career summary, total years of experience, because many people, they start beginning current job. So, but the interviewer or like a professionals or like a CEO levels, they need to understand within 6-7 line or 6-7 bullet points, some summary or synopsis of the job seekers or prospective CFOs. Okay. So basically, you need to highlight the total years of experience, industry expertise, key achievements, what you have done, your leadership scope, like you manage multiple projects or teams, a number of people. We should very humble way discuss those things. Your strategic focus, these are the things you should mention. Okay. I'll give more example when I show this specific CV. Then your skills and core competencies, whatever you say, core competencies or key skills. So I will just share a couple of things like you must mention like a strategic planning, financial planning and analysis, budgeting and forecasting, your merger acquisition. So basically this area will focus mainly your functional capabilities, risk management, compliance, corporate finance strategy, cost optimization, ERP system, data analytics, or financial modeling, collaboration and people engagement, cross-functional and cross-cultural exposure. I just gave number of them, but you can pick 5 to 6 or 6 to 8 that match your capabilities, that strength. So basically your CV must tell your strength and your capabilities. Okay. Sometimes we copy and paste. Ultimately, it happens that is not your unique strength. Maybe that is your secondary strength. So you need to define what are your core strength, 5, 6, 7, and that core strength and core capabilities must be demonstrated properly in terms of your key skills or core competencies after career summary. And also this part, if you are very good in people management, the soft skills, some of the communication, leadership development, talent, you can also mention this thing here. Okay. So that will define your functional and also behavioral competency bit. Then fourth one is, I think most CVs, what I see today has transformed. Many professionals are focusing achievement, but even few years back, I think many professionals, not only accounting professionals, other professionals also put a lot of job descriptions. So job description should not be copy and paste from your standard document in the CV. So your CV must be your own accomplishment, achievement, and outcome. So you should focus your each role, your achievement. That is critical. Okay. And focus on the results you have delivered. Avoid copying straight from job descriptions. Clearly showcase the differences you have made. So I mentioned also beginning that what you can offer, what you can really offer to the organization. So clearly showcase the difference you have made. Make every role tell a narrative. Like you have applied for CFO Rohima. So before that, you worked in Transcom or Beximco or one of the multinational, and also 2 other roles, mid and junior level. Try to put each role 2 to 3 bullet points or 3 to 4 bullet points, clearly mentioning your contribution to the role, not the JD, like what kind of contribution in terms of cost reduction, in terms of business impact, in terms of creating new process, okay, or managing some of the difficult things, attaining some of the tax savings, profit margin improvement. So this should be there. Okay. So your real accomplishment, achievement, not your JD. Okay. So you need to focus on your achievement and outcomes from each role you already performed previously. That will give the future employers a proof. Like when you invest in stock, you need to see the dividend or last 5 years return or profitability. So when employers are investing on you, it is important to understand what kind of contribution you made to other organization previous roles. Clear? So then next point is your basically how you attended some of the high impact training programs or leadership programs. So some of you attended some of the regular training program, like every organization, they offer you some generic program, but you need to highlight 5 or 6 very good, like maybe you attended one of the certification programs or some other, some international programs or some of the leadership programs. So those you can identify. If you don't have really good exposure in terms of acquiring leadership program or other knowledge impacting high functional programs, so you may skip it. Okay. So, but if you have some good one, you need to disclose. Then a special project, like you seconded to another role, 6 months, or acting CFO, you become acting CFO, or you become some cross-functional leader for your new expansion, new project expansion. You need to highlight those things separately. Okay. So that will give you proof that you are leadership profile, what for considering for the next level. Your education and some global certification, like your relevant degrees, accounting or schooling, like a SSC, HSC, not desired, but your undergraduation, masters, and also professional qualification, which part or if you qualified, the details should be there. Then some of the personal information, like a date of birth, marital status, nationality, hobby optional, and many of professionals, they do not share references at the beginning, but it is quite also standard for CFO role. The references always give the employers a confidence. Okay, this guy is well known, well acquired, so you can give your references, fine. But if you are not very sure to share your referees at this point of time, you can also go ahead. So this is the common structure I suggest for CV writing. So reviewing your CV, some of the do's: be honest, sincere, like your own capabilities, your own skills should not be copied from others, because sometimes we see the similar pattern. Okay, so be honest and sincere. Highlight your accomplishment and experiences. Okay, include your name header, like a second page, third page, your name header and page number should be there. Plan and revise. So it's like a not a one fine morning for 1 hour, 2 hour you will do it. So make a proper plan. Collect all the evidences, your performance appraisal, what contribution you made. Like if 6 years back, sometime you maybe forget also. Okay, so collect all this information and be visually pleasing. Okay, so you must keep enough space or structure you should follow, which will be visually pleasing. What are the don'ts? Spelling or grammatical errors not be there. Inflate accomplishment. So sometimes we see some inflated accomplishments, because questions will be asked based on your accomplishment. Like you did not make something good in cost savings or profitability improvement, and then interviewer asking your detailed explanation about the cost savings initiative in the factory and blue collar activities, what you have performed, you mentioned something, then you will have a difficulties to answer those things. Maybe you work as a project member, not as a lead thing. So don't inflate the accomplishments. Okay, include personal irrelevant information. So many people, they mention so many things are there. So please do not focus some irrelevant thing. Focus only few important things. Sell yourself short. So your objective is to selling yourself. CV is the first impression your employer is getting, and questions will be asked based on your CV. Like whatever you write in your CV, accomplishment, achievement, or career focus, or short summary, that will be always be taken a lot of consideration for asking or designing your questions. Okay, and don't discuss like a BT job format is very common to mentioning the salaries. So don't mention the salaries things, so or anything about your thing, the negotiable, all these things. Okay, some very raw CV we see sometimes, which is not really good because of some people, they don't have that much time. They because of follow some of the structure, some of the models, and they come up with these things. So reviewing your CVs, do's and don'ts, I shared. Now, common mistakes CFO should avoid: too much focus on accounting tasks. Too much focus on accounting tasks. No measurable achievement. So every role, I repeatedly mention, every role, every bullet point, you should give something tangible achievement. If there is no tangible achievement, try to bring context in such a way that supports some of the tangible achievements. Okay. Long wordy paragraphs, avoid long wordy paragraphs. Okay. So it looks like a very descriptive and nobody is reading this thing today. Generic statement, motherhood statement, avoid all these things, and lack of leadership evidence. Okay. So as a CFO is a leader in the organization, and the person will be considered for CEO role in future or the C-suits level. Okay. So your leadership evidence should be there. Okay. Why I put all these efforts for this leadership and the competencies and some of the international example, because I'm sure that next couple of years, the CFO dimension will be totally, I think, world class. I think we should not produce our talent for Bangladesh market. And if we look at many Bangladeshi companies are also employing expat CFOs. Okay, so we need to really fight, because sometimes employers are calling us. If I hire from abroad, I need this money. If I hire from locally, it is expensive. So some kind of competition will be there. The market will be much more open. So you will go outside, and international people will come to this market. So we should really look at build our capabilities, resume in such a way with a strong leadership evidence that we can compete, not only Bangladeshi people, because some of the role maybe you are fighting expat also in this market to get the job. So very important, because sometimes we complain everything about these regional expats or some of the high competition, but we need to get ready all these things. Okay. So common mistakes CFO should avoid, and then plan before you start writing. Okay. As I mentioned, it's not that one fine morning you will draft for 1 hour. So take time, at least 2 to 3 weeks time. Your first impression count. Okay. Your targeted roles is important. Which role you are sharing your CV. So you must have one standard CV. Another time you can also revise based on the roles. Structure the CV accordingly. Like I have given some of the thoughts. Get the most important information on the first page. Your identity, your executive summary or career summary, your key competencies or core skills. Okay. Your CV should win the confidence of the reader to give you an interview. Okay. So that is the important thing. So your CV looking, it should give you your employer confidence to meet you. Okay. And this is my another perspective. Always think from the reader's perspective. So you write about yourself, think about readers, especially the HR managers or HR heads. And if you CFO level interview or senior level interview, alongside HR, also functional leaders are also attending, and CEO also attending. So write your CV, keeping the audience in mind. So if you understand this organization is a very dynamic organization and their panelists are like these, I'm not saying that you need to customize that level, but you need to target that organization. So read the role profile very carefully. So if you read the job description or a role, the position you apply, that will also help you to customize at least your competencies and summary level. Okay. So you need to create some kind of matching between your CV and the next role. Okay. And ensure your CV matches the person specification, like your competencies, soft skill, leadership. This is personal specification should be also in line with this thing. So role clearly understand, role deliverables, and also your competencies. Keep your CV personal and original. Your CV is your CV and your unique thing. And every year you need to revise your CV. You have to build CV. Like if you think today I'm not really fighting for the CFO role, I'll be fighting for 2030 or 2028 or 2031. So your role should be like, what are the competencies, skills, abilities I also need to build. So every year, a couple of times, when you build one skills, when you acquire some of the knowledge or some of the outcomes you define, update your resume. That will make you so happy. Okay, I have added something in my resume. Okay, and I can tell you some of the strong leaders and professionals, they're in a very good shape. They don't need to change the job, but when every year, alternate year, they update their CV and share to us as I'm professional. I have done these jobs. This role is fine for me. But is there any opportunity? So updating and revising is a regular part. So CV is not one fine morning you will drop. It requires your holistic approach, your overall alignment with the job, and keep your CV personal and original, and plan, update, and revise CV as needed. Okay. Finalize your CV. Few things before I close this part. Length, sometime I receive CV 6 page, 7 page, 8 page. It's very difficult for me to read. Okay. So plus 2 page, less than 4 page is fine. Okay. 2 to 3 page is good also. So sometime I understand if you are a very senior professional working 30 years, 25 years, maybe it can go to page 4, but you need to keep all the information in such a way that you can manage the space properly. Spelling and grammar is very critical, like proofread. So by you and also some of your friends and colleagues, utilize bullet points effectively. The alignment should be there. Consistency in format, like alignment I mentioned, and feedback. Talk to HR professionals or your friends or agency or anyone. So this is the CV I updated. You can check your friend's CV and your friend can check your CV also. So sense check will be there whether this is good for competitive job market. Okay. So this is all. Before I share one of the live CV, what I strongly feel, because I spent my 5 years with KPMG, Raman Hall, that built my competencies, initial days, okay, my business acumen. And although I did not work in finance, I think less than 10, 15 days I worked in accounting. And then I moved to HR. The last 31 years I've been serving HR field. So a career in finance is a journey of growth, adaptation, and opportunity. By investing in skills, building connections, and embracing challenges, finance professionals can reach new heights at each stage of their careers. Each step forward builds strengths and expertise, empowering professionals to unlock their true professional. This country, we have demand 12,000 plus accountant and only supply is 4,000. Out of this 4,000 also, many people are not actively searching job and also outside country. So we need a lot of young minds, professionals to move forward Bangladesh to the next level. Okay. So I think you have chosen the right profession, the career. And I have seen so many successful ICMAB fellow, the professionals, they are doing excellent job. And I wish all the best, and we will be supporting you throughout your career and junctures. Okay. So that's the thing. So I think now I will show, just a second. One CV. This is the CV of Hasnain Tawfiq Ahmed. I met Hasnain in 1996 when we were looking some future leaders in finance in Nestle, and still relationship is there. So yesterday late evening, I was preparing all these slides. Then I thought, should I share CV? So I think it should be relevant CV. I called Hasnain in Myanmar. So I took his permission. I said, Hasnain, can I show? Hasnain said, for education purpose, please disseminate information. Okay. So I'll share Hasnain Tawfiq Ahmed. Hasnain Tawfiq Ahmed, personal details like a personal identity, just put date of birth. So some people may put date of birth as a personal information, but he put beginning. So his name is there. Some of the personal details he put beginning. Then professional summary, he said, okay, a finance professional, diverse, all these things, worked in Malaysia, Myanmar, driving structural initiative, all those things, fellow member of ICMAB and associate member of ECC UK. Then key skills. I also shared 8 or 9 key skills. So you will find most of these skills are also here. Okay. So also preparing all these things yesterday, late evening, I also looked at least very successful 10 CFOs resume. Okay. 10 CFO resume, and they are almost inconsistent in terms of sharing professional summary and key skills. Then professional achievement. This CV, I think I did not include Rohim Apro's part where he was CEO. I also did not include his current job. It was when he was GlaxoSmithKline in Liver Consumer Care, CFO. And before that, he was in Telenor. So like every role, like first, June 2020, successfully completed the larger M&A deal in the history of Dhaka Stock Exchange, where 81.98 shares of blah, 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 blah. So basically, he pointed out his achievement. So also Telenor Myanmar, also he mentioned the PL, then EBITDA. I mentioned very clearly that profit margin, contribution, all the things discussed. I think precisely. Okay, Grameen Phone also he worked a couple of years. So put 2 points from Grameen Phone. Then also British and Tobacco. Some of the professional experiences, Bangla Link and some other Telenor Myanmar, he also shared. And also multiple roles. I think this is 4 page. If it is 3 page, that's fine, but it looks heavy because of his length and breadth of experiences. So every role he pointed out, like contribution, supply chain, cost savings, productivity savings, target of USD 2.8 billion are made. Okay. And then summary of experience. He put another, I think, part, summary of experiences, like his entire career summary. I think I met 97 with him. And then, okay, these education qualification and CMA and MCom, BCom. Wow, he stood 4th place in board merit. And training certification and references. Okay, this is 4 page resume, but I think it's a good resume, and it will give you insight that he particularly, I think, did a very good job in terms of highlighting each role and his contribution. Okay, this is very important because then for an interviewer or CEOs, when interviewing him, it's easy, very easy. And I'm glad that I at least worked very closely with him for his number of placement. And every time Hasnain performed very well, because his CV tells the story of his accomplishment and attainment. Okay. And then they pick all these relevant areas. And then I think it went very successfully. Okay. So that's all from me. This evening. I think I exhaustively take some of the slides and shared my thoughts and concept. I think now I'll pass to Dr. Soyed A. Mamoon for any questions from anyone. I'll be happy to answer.
No, thank you, Julfikar Bhai, for nicely articulated the presentation and also has shown one of the ideal CVs, which tells the story of accomplishment and prosperity to contribute in any like dynamic organization. So, excellent. Now, we would like to take some questions from the participants. If you need any further clarification, which has already been explained here, so you may raise your hand and ask the question. May I request you to turn off your video? So when you will ask the question, you just turn on your video and also unmute and ask the question. Yes, here we can see that Muhammad, Muhammad Ansar. Could you please ask the question? Unmute, please, and ask the question. Muhammad Ansar, would you like to ask question?
I think if there's no question, I try to cover most of the areas, which is self.
I have a question, not question actually.
Yeah, Anik, please.
Assalamu alaikum. And
Yeah.
thank you so much. ICMAB and obviously President and the brainchild of this program, Dr. Mamun. Really, it's a very fantastic program, not only for ICMAB member, but also the students who have joined. And this program really need to us who actually search for newer positions or make ourselves as a good leader. যদি একটু আমি বাংলায় বলি, আমাদের স্যার খুব স্পষ্টতই বলেছেন যে এই মুহূর্তে বাংলাদেশে প্রায় 12,000 প্রফেশনাল দরকার, যেখানে আমাদের এখন প্রফেশনালের সংখ্যা আছে হচ্ছে 4,000-এর মতো। সো এই 4,000 প্রফেশনালস এর মধ্যেও কিছু গ্যাপ আছে, অনেকে বিদেশের জন্য ট্রাই করতেছে। যারা আমরা ইয়াং প্রফেশনাল আছি, তারা সামনের দিকে বাংলাদেশকে এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাওয়ার জন্য দরকার আমাদের কম্পিটেন্সি, আমাদের প্রফেশনালিজম। আর সেই প্রেক্ষাপটে স্যারকে আমি থ্যাংক ইউ জানাতে চাই। প্রেজেন্টেশন ছিল আপনার প্রেজেন্টেশনটা। আর আমি গ্রোন এক্সেল এর একই ভক্ত, বিকজ অফ আমার কয়েকটা প্লেসমেন্ট এর ক্ষেত্রে গ্রোন এক্সেল আমাকে হেল্প করেছে, কয়েক জায়গাতে আমি ভাইভাও দিয়েছি। থ্যাংক ইউ, আমি স্যারকে জানাতে চাই। আমার কোয়েশ্চেন বলবো না, স্পেসিফিক স্যারের কাছ থেকে জানার এতটুকু যে যারা আমরা হয়তো বা সিএফও রোলের জন্য সার্চ করছি না, মিড লেভেল বা ক্লোজ টু সিএফও, সেকেন্ড ম্যান অফ সিএফও, তাদের জন্য আসলে আপনার কোনো সাজেশন যদি থাকে আউট অফ দ্য সিবির ব্যাপারে আমরা মোটামুটি ক্লিয়ার। যদি আপনার কোনো গাইডলাইন থাকে কিভাবে আমরা নিজেকে প্রস্তুত করতে পারি ফর দ্য পজিশন অফ সেকেন্ড সিএফও, নট সিএফও। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ মামুন ভাই, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
Thank you. Yeah, Julfikar bhai, please. Hello.
Oh, sorry.
হ্যাঁ,
Thank you so much. So কম্পিটেন্সি লেভেলে আসলে কোনো ডিফারেন্স নাই। হ্যাঁ, সিএফওর জন্য যা আপনাকে দরকার, আপনার সেকেন্ড পজিশনের জন্য একই কম্পিটেন্সি স্কিলস দরকার। তো সেখানে আমি ফোকাস করব 2-3টা জায়গাতে। একটা হচ্ছে কমিউনিকেশনের জায়গাটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট। আপনারা যেটা করতে পারেন, যেটা আমি ঘাটতি দেখি, একটু মক ইন্টারভিউটা করেন, মক ইন্টারভিউটা নিজেরা। হ্যাঁ, ধরেন আপনাদের মধ্যে একজন ইন্টারভিউয়ার হইলো, আপনি ইন্টারভিউ হইলেন, এবং এই সিভি পরে যে কম্পিটেন্সি বেসড ইন্টারভিউটা, বিহেভিয়ারাল ইন্টারভিউটা, এই জায়গাতে যখন এক্সাম্পল দেওয়াতে বলা হয় যে আপনি কি মার্জার অ্যাকুইজিশন করছেন, হোয়াট ইজ ইউর রোল, হোয়াট ইজ ইউর কন্ট্রিবিউশন, হোয়াট ইজ ইউর ইউনিক সিচুয়েশন, এই জায়গাগুলা অনেক সময় আমরা প্রস্তুতি নিয়ে যাই না। অর্থাৎ একটা সিচুয়েশন, একটা টাস্ক, একটা অ্যাকশন, একটা রেজাল্ট, সবই তো পৃথিবীতে আউটকাম ড্রিভেন। আমি মনে করি যে মিড লেভেলে কমিউনিকেশনের সাথে সাথে আপনার বিহেভিয়ারাল ইন্টারভিউটা প্র্যাকটিস করা উচিত। হ্যাঁ, এবং বিহেভিয়ারাল ইন্টারভিউর পর আপনারা যদি কোনো প্রোগ্রাম করেন, আপনারা দেখবেন যে ফাংশনালি আমরা অনেক ভালো থাকি, কিন্তু এভিডেন্স যখন দিতে হয়, আমার সাকসেসের এভিডেন্সটা, তখন আমরা অনেক উইকলি প্রেজেন্ট করি। মানে আমরা কাজটা করছি কিন্তু আমরা বলতে পারি না। আমি বলতে পারছি।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। তবে আমি আমাদের মামুন ভাইকে রিকোয়েস্ট করব, ইট উইল বি দ্য নেক্সট স্টেপ বা নেক্সট প্রজেক্ট হতে পারে এটা। স্যারকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ। এটার পরে ওটা হলে আমাদের জন্য আই থিঙ্ক বেটার হবে। থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। আরেকটা জাস্ট কোয়েশ্চেন বলবো, আরেকটাও লার্নিং। অনেকে আমরা জানি হয়তো অ্যাকাউন্টস রোলে বিভিন্ন ভাগ আছে, যে ট্রেজারি ম্যানেজমেন্ট, কস্টিং, কোর ফাইন্যান্স, এরকম ভাগ আছে। হয়তো বা যারা আমরা নেক্সট সিএফও হতে চাই, আমরা হয়তো বা বিভিন্ন রোলে কাজ করছি, বাট স্পেসিফিক টোটাল মানে কম্বিনেশন অফ সিএফও রোলে আমি কাজ করি নাই। লাইক আমি যদি আমারটা বলি, আমি স্পেসিফিক্যালি কস্টিং, বাজেটিং এন্ড প্রোডাকশন প্ল্যানিং নিয়ে কাজ করি। ফিনান্সিয়াল অ্যানালাইসিসও আমাদের পার্ট, বাট আমি সিএফও হতে গেলে আমার রোলটা আসলে, আমার নেক্সট প্রিপারেশনটা কি হওয়া উচিত?
মানে আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে আপনার যেটা দরকার, যে বিজনেস পার্টনারিং রোলটা করা নাই আপনার। হ্যাঁ, বিজনেস পার্টনারিং রোলটা তো দুইটা ভাবে হইতে পারে। এক হচ্ছে যে ওনার সাথে আপনি কাজ করেন, ওইখানে পার্সিউ করা বিজনেস পার্টনারিং রোলটা নেওয়ার জন্য, হ্যাঁ, এটা যদি আসলে সমস্ত অর্গানাইজেশনে কিন্তু ওই বিজনেস পার্টনারিং রোল থাকেও না। তো সেই ক্ষেত্রে যেটা করতে পারেন, যে কোনো স্পেশাল প্রজেক্ট বা ক্রস ফাংশনাল প্রজেক্ট বা লিডারশিপ যেখানে আপনাকে ডেমনস্ট্রেট করা যায় এমন কোনো প্রজেক্টের মধ্যে ঢুকা। হ্যাঁ, যে প্রজেক্টে আপনি ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি অর্গানাইজেশনের মধ্যেই সিএফও আছে, কিন্তু আপনিও ওই প্রজেক্টের জন্য আপনি সিএফও, ওই প্রজেক্টের জন্য আপনি ক্রস ফাংশনাল টিম ম্যানেজ করছেন। সো আপনার ক্যাপাবিলিটি, ফাংশনাল ক্যাপাবিলিটি, লিডারশিপ, সফট স্কিলস এগুলো ইমপ্রুভমেন্টের জায়গা থাকবে। অর্থাৎ আপনাকে একটা ডেভেলপমেন্টাল রোলে যেতে হবে।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ
ডেভেলপমেন্ট
স্যার,
রোলে যেতে
অনেক
হবে, যে রোলটা হয়তো আপনাকে ইমিডিয়েট রিটার্ন দেবে না, কিন্তু আরো দিবে 3 বছর পরে।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার, থ্যাংক ইউ।
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ। আমি কাজল মৃধা দেখছি। কাজল ভাই, প্লিজ কুড ইউ প্লিজ আস্ক দ্য
মামুন ভাই,
কোশ্চেন?
আমি প্রথমে একটা করছিলাম, আমি তো বলতে চাচ্ছি আর কি।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ওকে, আনসার ভাই প্লিজ আস্ক কোশ্চেন।
যে আমি হচ্ছে প্রথমে মানে যে ক্যারিয়ারে ইয়ার দেখাইছে, সেখানে একটা দেখাইছে প্রজেক্টস। এখানে প্রজেক্টস আমি একটু কনসেন্ট্রেট করতে পারিবা নাই। এখানে প্রজেক্ট বলতে উনি কি বুঝাতে চেয়েছেন, যে কি প্রজেক্টে কাজ করছে না, বা কি কি প্রজেক্ট এরিয়া নিয়ে, এটা জাস্ট আমার একটু
মানে ইন
জানার
অ্যাডিশন টু
ইচ্ছা আর
ইউর
কি।
রেগুলার জব, অনেক সময় আপনি
জি,
ক্রস ফাংশনাল প্রজেক্টে করেন না। ক্রস ফাংশনাল
হ্যাঁ
প্রজেক্ট হতে পারে, ধরেন ধরেন একটা গ্রুপ অফ
না,
ইন্ডাস্ট্রি,
সিভির
তার
মধ্যে একটা এরিয়া দেখছেন প্রজেক্ট, সিভির মধ্যে
হ্যাঁ,
একটা ট্রেনিং, কোয়ালিফিকেশন, প্রজেক্ট, ওই জায়গায় একটা ইয়ে আছে আপনার
ওইটা
এক্সপিরিয়েন্স
যদি আপনার না
প্রজেক্ট।
থাকে দিবেন না। কিন্তু ধরেন আমি একটু আগে যে এক্সাম্পল দিলাম, অনেক সময় ইনভেস্টমেন্ট এর জন্য একটা ক্রস ফাংশনাল টিম তৈরি করে, ধরেন গ্রিনফিল্ড প্রজেক্ট করলো একটা, সেটাকে আপনি ফাইন্যান্স থেকে লিড করতেছেন ওরকম।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
অথবা আপনি আহ, আপনার ইন্টারনাল অ্যাকাউন্টিং সিস্টেমে ইআরপি একটা ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করছেন, ওটা যদিও আপনি আপনার রোলের সাথে এক লাইনে দিতে পারেন, কিন্তু জিনিসটা যদি সিগনিফিকেন্ট হয়, বড় হয়, এটাকে শো
জি।
করার জন্য আপনি আলাদা করে দিতে পারেন যে এটা আপনি A to Z কন্ট্রিবিউট করছেন, অথবা আপনার কি রোল ছিল, কন্ট্রিবিউশন ছিল। থার্ডলি, যারা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল এক্সপোজারে যায়, ধরেন আপনাদের মধ্যে এখন না হলে কেউ তো যাবেন, যে আমি একটু আগে বললাম ডেভেলপমেন্টাল রোল, ধরেন আপনি যদি দেশের বাইরে 3 মাসও কাজ করেন, 6 মাসও কাজ করেন কোথাও, এটাও আপনি সুন্দর করে একটা প্রজেক্টের মধ্যে আনতে পারেন আর কি।
ওকে,
থ্যাংক ইউ।
okay, thank you for the question and the response. Now, next one, Mohammed Saidul, could you please ask the question? Okay. This will be the last question because we had a plan for up to 8. So if is there anyone would like to ask any question? Otherwise, we will wrap up the discussion.
Hello.
Yeah,
Question.
yeah, please.
হ্যালো, যে আমার কোয়েশ্চেনটা ছিল এরকম যে আমার পার্সোনালি যে আমি থ্রি বাহিরে 3টা কোম্পানিতে জব ছিল আমার। আমি ইভেন 3টা দেশে ছিলাম। তো এটা যখন আমি সিভিতে কিভাবে রাইট ডাউন করবো, আমি কি আমার এক্সপিরিয়েন্স গুলো সিরিয়ালে যেটা আসবে ওইটাতে দিয়ে আলাদা কোথাও কি কোড করব, নাকি শুধু এই সিরিয়ালে যে দিয়ে দিব?
সিরিয়ালে সিরিয়ালেই রাখেন, সিরিয়ালেই রাখেন। কিন্তু মানে আপনি 3টা দেশে কাজ করছেন, কত বছর করে টেনিউর ছিল?
অ্যাটমোস্ট প্রত্যেকটা দেশে 4 বছর। এক একটা যেমন দুবাইতে ছিলাম 4 বছর এরকম, আর ক্যাম্বোডিয়াতে, হংকং এ। তো ওই যে পার্ট গুলো, ওইগুলোকে আমি সিভিটাকে সিরিয়ালি দিয়ে যাবো ইয়ার টু ইয়ার, প্লাস
ইয়ার টু
হচ্ছে আদার্স কোনো?
ইয়ার সিরিয়ালি দেন, কারণ এটা আপনার একটা ফুল অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট। যদি এখন মধ্যে 3 মাসে একটা শর্ট স্টিন্ট বা 6 মাসে একটা শর্ট স্টিন্ট, হ্যাঁ, তখন এটা আপনি প্রজেক্টস এর মধ্যে দিতে পারতেন। কিন্তু যেহেতু এটা আপনার
আচ্ছা।
একটা ফুল লেন্থ রোল, 4 ইয়ার্স বা 3 ইয়ার্স, সেহেতু আপনি এটা করবেন লেটেস্টটার থেকে শুরু করবেন আর কি। লেটেস্টের থেকে শুরু করে আপনি প্রত্যেকটা রোলে, আবারও বলি, আউটকাম, অ্যাচিভমেন্ট, অ্যাকমপ্লিশমেন্ট, মার্জিন, কন্ট্রিবিউশন, কস্ট সেভিংস, এইগুলোকে হাইলাইট করবেন। দ্যাট উইল মেক ইউর সিভি ইউনিক সিভি।
আচ্ছা, এডিশনালি জাস্ট আমার জানার জন্য,
জি জি,
এডিশনালি সেটা হচ্ছে যে প্যারালালি এটা কি পার্সোনাল কোনো অ্যাচিভমেন্ট দেখানো যাচ্ছে? আমি হয়তো বা 3টা 4টা মানে 8-10টা দেশে ভিজিট করেছি, হ্যাঁ, তো ওইগুলাকে সিভি থেকে
এটা তো
কোথাও
রিলেভেন্ট না,
পাওয়া যায়?
এটা রিলেভেন্ট না। এটা একসময় ওল্ড সিভিতে থাকতো যে 27টা দেশে ঘুরছে,
আচ্ছা,
হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ,
ফ্যামিলি মেম্বার্স, ওটা এখন আর রিলেভেন্ট না। এখন ইন্টারভিউয়ার যদি জিজ্ঞেস করে অ্যাবাউট ইয়োর ট্রাভেলিং হবি, তখন আপনি বলতে পারেন আর কি।
ওকে, আই গট দিস।
হবি, হবি কি? ট্রাভেলিং, আমি এই দেশে ঘুরছি, এখানে ট্রাভেল করছি।
Okay.
ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ,
জি
দিস দ্য
জি জি
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. In fact, this is the monthly program. We want to repeat the like discussion in every month about the different aspect of the CFO. Like today, we were discussing about the CV of the CFO, but in the coming months, we will also discuss another aspects of the CVs as well, and also the interview parts. So at this stage, I would like to convey the sincere gratitude to the Zulfikar Bhai for presenting the thing in a way that it really helps others to not only listen, also to internalize with an example, particularly the success story of the real life CV of the Hasnain Bhai was really is an excellent value addition of our program. I believe our all students and the young member will be very inspired from the real life example of a successful and very impactful CMA like Hasnain Bhai.
জি জি জি
So,
অবশ্যই।
Zulfi Bhai,
এবার আমি
hope,
শুধু একটা কথা বলি, আমি
yeah,
হাসনাইনকে যখন
please.
হায়ারিং এর সময় আমি এইচআর এর পার্ট থেকে ইন্টারভিউতে ছিলাম 97 থেকে। তো ওই যে আমি একটা নেটওয়ার্কিং কমিউনিকেশন, তারপর আপনার প্রফেশনালি নিজেকে আপগ্রেড করা, এইটা আমি মানে এক্সাম্পল যেহেতু আসলে আমি বলার জন্য বলছি না, যারা অনেকে নেসলেতে হাসনাইনের সাথে ছিল তারা কিন্তু, বা হাসনাইনের যারা সুপারভাইজাররা ছিল তারা কিন্তু হাসনাইন লেভেলে যেতে পারে না। এই যে অবিরাম লেগে থাকা, এটাই কিন্তু ডিফারেন্সিয়েট করে। তো আমি এই কারণেই ওই সিভিটা পিক করছি। হ্যাঁ, সো হি স্টার্টেড হিজ ক্যারিয়ার অ্যাকাউন্টস অফিসার, ওকে, এবং সেখান থেকে সে কিন্তু গ্রুপ সিও হয়েছে, সিইও। হ্যাঁ, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ। সো ওই ওই ড্রাইভটা থাকতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, নেটওয়ার্ক, কমিউনিকেশন, লিডারশিপ, ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট।
Thank you. It's a very inspiring journey. I think in addition to the CV writing skill, this is an added advantage for our young members as well as students to be more inspired. It's a life example. So thank you, Julfikar Bhai. And
জি
you
জি
know, this is the uniqueness for which you have created impact in the industry as a professional. So we are so proud of you, and hope that like ICMB is rethinking about its like career management services by building the bridging between the professional and the industry, as
এক্স্যাক্টলি।
well as helping them to grow in a very articulated way. And I hope that in this journey of the ICMB, we will always get you as our mentor, as well as our advisor, and as our professional contributor. Hope we will get your continuous support of your partnership. And at this stage, I would like to also convey my gratitude to the president and the secretary, as well as whole office bearer, who were taking the pain of organizing the program and leading from front with a new aspiration to put ICMB career management cell for making it effective for the members and student support. And also the today's participants, I believe that the journey we start today will be continuing. As you know that like these are career is not about as a single thing or single event. It's a continuous journey. So I believe that ICMAB as an institute and the career management cell of the ICMAB would like to be the partner of your career, giving the different supports to growing your career and helping you to be connected with the industry. With these few words, thank you all you again, and good night and best wishes for your shining career in future. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you, Duke.
থ্যাংক ইউ, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.